Question, is this you when you're watching comedy anime? Oh, he got beat up again. Funny. Yeah, do the one where you fall into her panties. Woo! So while finding anime labeled as comedy obviously isn't that hard, among the vast sea of them, well, it's a bit of a struggle to find ones that actually make me laugh, to be honest. And I ain't talking about the type of laugh, I'm talking... And look, I don't want to be that dude that says comedy anime aren't funny, cause that ain't fully true. Comedy shows like Konosuba and X-Arm have me laughing lungs out, but aside from some exceptions, it seems like a lot of anime have this particular style of humor that to me is just kind of meh. Now could it be that I've just become too jaded after watching anime for way too long? Perhaps. Could it be because of cultural and potential humor differences between Japan and us overseas folk? Probably part of it. I mean, I was laughing at shit like the drip meme and fucking monkey just a while ago. Like, they probably don't have much of an idea as to what our taste in humor is. Monkey. Well, we'll get back to all this in a bit, because first I wanted to talk about The Disastrous Life of Saiki K, a comedy I believe avoids a lot of the issues I have with other comedy anime, but is also one of my personal favorites. Saiki K is about a psychic boy named Saiki, who was born with strong psychic powers. And with a bunch of powers too. I mean, look at the size of the page listing them all. He's got stuff like telekinesis, x-ray vision, super strength, the power to upgrade your PC to Windows 10, like, he's got it all. So yeah, another overpowered protagonist, but this guy, well, I bet he could even beat Goku. Wait a minute. Yeah! Suck my fucking nuts, Goku! So obviously having powers in this world aren't normal, and everyone here are just normal people. And Saiki envies them. Yeah, he actually doesn't want to have these powers despite how good they might sound. He really does just want to be a normal boy. Albeit one with a bit of a weird coffee jelly fetish. The reason being that while his powers are overpowered, they also intrude on his daily life. He has to constantly hear the thoughts of other people because of his strong mind-reading ability, but also apparently can't look at someone directly for too long without seeing through to their anatomy? God, that'd be some awkward sex. Essentially, with almost every power he has, comes with some sort of drawback as well. And so because he wants to live a normal life, he also doesn't want anyone to know that he has these psychic powers, which is why he attempts to live low-key and doesn't want attention on him from anyone. Only problem for him, though, is that he's gotten the unwanted attention of multiple people in his school. A delusional chuny, a Chad, the perfect popular girl, a spirit medium, the ugliest, dumbest motherfucker you've ever seen, and the list goes on. And oh boy, this is where the real fun begins. Now when you see archetypes like this pop up in other shonen anime, you probably roll your eyes and think, oh god, another dumb gimmick? Well, believe me when I say this show takes every archetype they introduce to their logical extreme. And by that I also mean everybody is unbelievably stupid. Every single character, every single thing. And it's great. I mean, I love consuming stupid shit. Have you seen my channel? Well, the only not so stupid character in the show is Saiki, in which you basically get to watch him react to and try and avoid all the other characters' stupid antics, which in of itself is also great. Though not to say Saiki doesn't have his own antics going on. Due to his lack of being a normal person his whole life, sometimes he over-exaggerates situations in which he uses his powers with. Like when he gets so scared by a cockroach that he casually teleports himself to Texas? Oh god, Saiki, not Texas. And like I said earlier, he also has a really strange obsession with coffee jelly. Like, damn dude, is it really that good?
The answer is yes!
When it's not just the characters acting like idiots in their own ways, it's also the scenarios you see the characters being thrown into constantly. Rather than doing the same things over and over again with their archetypes and having the gags go stale fast, this show always comes up with new and refreshing ways to put these characters in scenarios or in interactions that are just hilarious, especially being paired up with just how ridiculous everyone is. It's entertaining watching characters like Teruhashi try to keep up their insane perfect image while also being rotten to the core, or watching characters like Nendo just doing dumb shit. Aside from just that aspect though, this show takes an approach to humor in a way a lot of anime don't. I feel like in a lot of other shows, you'll probably see gags of characters doing some goofy shit that involves screaming, stating the whole point of the joke, and smashing themselves with a fucking wall to play up a reaction for laughs. Well, guess what? I ain't laughing. Like, you kinda ruined the joke for me that way, honestly. Meanwhile, this show will do 10 times goofier shit, and then play it off in such a low-energy, deadpan, matter-of-factly way to the point where the punchline actually hits harder because they aren't putting so much attention on the absurdity of it. This show also tackles parody and meta humor in a very similar way, to points where you could even think it's an abridged series because of how nonchalant they are about it. And honestly, I really love that too. And at times where there is a reaction from Saiki or someone on a situation, it's more so either done in a way that gets straight to the punch or has a sarcastic quip to it, and then the show goes on. They don't drag out the joke for too long or feel the need to over-explain each and every one, but just continues coming up with more scenarios for the characters. And that's just it. Having funny scenarios written up with your designated characters should be more than enough if you write them in a creative way. I don't know. You already get my point. And by far, my favorite part about this show is that combined with the delivery of comedy I enjoy, this show delivers it at a rapid pace. And I mean rapid. It sounds like the voice actors are trying to speedrun their fucking scripts.
I
think it's because the initial run of Saiki had each episode be 5 minutes long, and they wanted to cover one chapter per episode in that span of time, which on paper sounds like a fucking awful idea, but for this series it actually works really well, surprisingly, and even adds to it. It's got that snappy pace that all the TikTok zoomers will love, but it's great for everyone else too because it wastes no time. You could even say it's the optimal comedy anime. Now obviously when I say all this, I'm not saying every show has to have comedy exactly like Saiki K's, though I do think it is a good example of an anime that hits a nice humorous sweet spot. A lot of other comedy anime I've seen do too much, too little, or copy-paste typical anime gags. I just think there should be a decent balance is all. Not every joke has to be a banger either, but at least have some of the funny I want. Alright, I'm just about done here. I could say more, but you already get the gist. Go watch Saiki right now. It's on Netflix, and all the cool kids have Netflix. Alright, well if you really don't have one, you can always just message that old high school friend that you haven't talked to in 4 years and mooch off him. Or you can put on the eye patch, I won't judge. Also yes, you can watch this in dub instead of sub, but if you come back to the comment section saying the jokes didn't land for you in English, then I'll fucking kill you. Plus you'll be missing out on the yare yare.
Yare yare. Yare yare. Yare yare. Yare yare. Yare yare. Yare yare. Yare yare. Yare yare. もう知らん。勝手にしろ。
Be a YouTuber, they said. It'll be great, they said. The fuck was that? Guess it was just nothing.